Well, we're out today and we're going to explore some of the forgotten and abandoned towns in Illinois, mainly up along the Ohio River and then up into the Wabash. So the first town we stopped in is Old Shawneetown, which ended up thriving up until about 1937 when there was a big flood in this area and flooded everything out, and they moved everything out. And what you can see behind me is the bank of Old Shawneetown, and it was the first bank in southern Illinois, and rumor has it that they also gave the loan for the land developers to start Chicago. And we're going to look around. This is closed off to the public now, but many years ago my daughter was able to get inside when they had an open tour thing and was able to take pictures. So hopefully I can talk her into giving me some and we can post that on our website and also on with the video that I'm doing, and I'll share a link with her site to you guys. It's a pretty impressive building. Just wish they would restore it and we can get inside and look at it. So this here tells us that Shawneetown was the oldest town in Illinois, and it was platted by the U.S. government in 1810. As you see here, this town is part of a lot of different trails. The most famous one would be the Lewis and Clark who've been here. And part of the Lewis and Clark expedition. The town made its fame with salt, and there were several little salt mines around here, and this was the largest port at the time in Illinois. And then I always enjoy this old gas station right here. It's kind of neat. It's really a shame that people's got to come in and destroy stuff and bust a window out. But here you can kind of see inside of what an old gas station looked like. It's pretty cold today. I'm not going to climb up on all that, but these are buildings that was facing the Ohio River, and like I said, it's a pretty big port town. So this is a bridge that's going over the Ohio River, and you can see the bank they put up to try to stop the flooding. This is another bank building here that we're looking at. City National Bank. As you see, some businesses are still open down here, but this is downtown. So what we're looking at here is the abandoned site of where the Rawlings Hotel was, and it burnt down in 1904, but was built in 1821 to 1822. As we drive, we'll take a little bit and look at the rest of the downtown, and then we'll turn and show you what the rest of the town looks like. Most of it's been removed. There are a few houses still left here, as you can see. This will take us where we can go on and head to the next town and see what we can see there. I probably drove by this church hundreds of times in my life and never stopped, but I've always thought it's a neat little place. So here it is. We're going to stop today. It's cold and we're on our way to the next town. but it looks like in 1874 the land was purchased, and it was a log church in 1875, and the present church building was erected in 1912. In 1978, the Methodist Conference deeded the building and grounds to Asbury Cemetery Association. As you can tell, it's pretty windy out here today, so I'm sorry if you're getting any wind noise. I think we got a little storm front coming in and bringing some snow, so it's kind of cloudy today. Yeah, so I'm gonna hop back in the Jeep. It's getting cold. Some of these back roads were pretty rough heading that way to the next town. As you can see here, as the Jeep kind of bounces around. Now we're heading into the town of Maunie, Illinois, which is right off the Wabash River. It's built right next to the railroad, and then it's also part of the coal mine community that is since slowed down and not much left here. We come up here and it still does have a post office here, so here's the post office that you can see. Now we're coming up on the old gas station. I always like to look at these because they're part of early American history and back when automobiles were first getting started. So it's kind of interesting to see how each one is different. As we pull over, you can start seeing part of the city park that they have. We'll get in the Jeep now and head down to the next part. You can see the park on the left-hand side, the railroad track coming up. We'll turn and follow the railroad track to the next place I'd like to show you guys. I don't know if you can see it, but the geese are up and moving today. One little interesting side note besides the little gas station is this building right here. This is actually a 2 little cell jail that they had. It was built in 1901. I don't think I'd like to be locked up in this building. I don't know if we can see in or not. So now we're heading into the next little town. It's a little bitty, not even a town, it's a community called Rising Sun. Some around here also call it Dogtown. That's because on the Indiana side, it's got a ferry dock that is actually a boat ramp now called Dogtown. So there's not much left of this little town, but its main thing was that it had the ferry crossing, and people would come from Indiana over, or Illinois over to Indiana. And you'll see here in a minute, we got to go around a big hill to get over here. So this is the first little community that was built after the ferry. So we're coming up on the hill here, and we'll drive up there and let you guys see the cemetery that sits up there. This is just a big, interesting hill that you go up to. It's got a lot of flat area on top, and it's got a lot of ground up here. They farm up here, but you mainly have to go all the way around it to get to it. We'll come back down out of the hill here, and we'll get down here at the bottom. We'll turn and go to the right, and this will take you back to where the boat ramp or the ferry crossing was. So hang with us, it's just a little bit more. So we went through the little community of Rising Sun, which we called Dogtown, and then right here's this levee, and I'm gonna pay attention to the laws. Anyway, right over this levee is the Wabash River, and this would connect into where the Dogtown ferry is, and on the Indiana side, that's the Dogtown boat ramp now. So that's pretty well going to end it for this video. Thank you all for watching, and like and subscribe. Thank you.